because you can't drink and talk at the same time.
Leave the conversation to us and order another beer.
You're listening to Texas's live
Midday
beer-centric show, Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch.
With producer Perry,
Kennedy and Schomburg. Here are your hosts,
Catherine Contreras,
and Josh Stewart.
Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hooray for beer!
Welcome to Thursday, everybody.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How much coffee did you have today, this morning, there, Joshy?
Just 2 cups. Just my typical
That's
2
it?
cups. Yes, and
Did you have them just now, or you had them earlier?
no. What here? You know what actually happened this morning? Okay, so I get up around 7:15ish, right? And I get the handoff from my
How
wife.
luxurious. Like, okay.
Well, I didn't go to bed till 1:30, so
Oh, that's right.
yeah, it all comes out in the wash. Now, what time do you go to bed? Like 7:15?
I go. My head hits the pillow at about 8. Well, that's not true because my daughter's taking driver's ed right now. So 9.
That sounds
I'm
terrifying. Getting ready for
Eyes closed.
Geez. We'll get into that in a second. But
Yeah.
so anyway, typically I get up, take the handoff from the wife, and continue with breakfast.
Yeah.
This morning, she was like, "Oh, I thought you were going to sleep in a little bit." I was like, "No, I needed to see everybody. I slept in yesterday." And she had already made herself breakfast, and so I started to make breakfast, and I made the normal amount I make for 2 people, but she'd already left, and so I was like, "Oh, I guess
you ate it all.
yeah." So I ate a half a dozen eggs this morning, and sausage and all that good stuff. So
Yeah. That's a nice breakfast.
yeah, it was. And speaking of breakfast, my extended breakfast today, our warm-up beverage for the show is a little Argus apple bomb. It's a pub-style cider.
Would you say that's a more dry cider, or is it a little sweeter?
It is dry, tons of apple. It's not quite as tart as Ciderkin.
Okay.
They're the red label from Argus, which is
Oh,
their
that's-
first canned offering. Yeah, no, but good. They call it a British pub style cider, and it's I could see me in England drinking this.
Yeah, with a little Scotch egg. No, I guess that's not. Is that an English dish?
Well, an English muffin for sure.
English muffin or a boiled potato, maybe?
Yeah, just a potato and an English muffin, and
Yeah.
probably a derby hat and a monocle.
Yeah. Maybe some Argyle socks.
Oh, of course, a cane, and
Yeah.
my my pipe somewhere nearby.
Maybe a nanny that has special secret powers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, they all have those.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, and then we break into song and
Yeah.
talk about footy,
Yeah.
even though the U.S. team isn't making it to the big footy tournament.
That's what I saw. I saw that online.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was glad because I don't
Were
have.
you?
Well, yes, because I hate soccer. I'll be honest. I think soccer is a horrible sport, and I know there's people that watch this show
Really?
that love it.
Why do you hate soccer? It's like the original. Okay, well, tell me why you hate soccer.
It's just a bad sport. It's like nobody that goes to the games watches the games. They just jump around and they chant and they sing and they wave their flags and they beat their drums.
Okay.
And when
Yeah.
does something actually happen? Very rarely. Very rarely. A more evolved version of that sport would be rugby. Rugby came about because at the rugby school in England, one day back in, the year of our Lord, 1860 something or 70 something, I don't remember when it was. But they were playing soccer, and it was at the end of the game. The team from the rugby school had not scored any goals, and the guy that was like, this is a stupid game, picked up the ball, ran down the field, and put it down in the goal, and was like, hey, I just invented a sport, and so now we have rugby, which is more multidimensional and far more entertaining and more scoring and better all the way around.
Okay, so you would rather go to like a big rugby game than
of any day of the week, because you actually can tell if somebody's winning or if they're doing well. In soccer, they just kind of run around in circles and kick the ball back and forth and then flop.
Right.
They flop down like fish, like literal, like they must have fish DNA.
All right.
You're alienating. Turn my mic. You're alienating a lot of our viewers now.
Well, no, I would like to understand.
You're alienating like tens of our viewers.
Oh, well, that's like half our audience. But I would like to know why somebody actually likes soccer, like defend soccer. How's that a good thing? I mean, I'm just glad we don't have to pretend like we care. Every 4 years, we're supposed to pretend like we care for the World Cup.
Right.
Now I don't
this
have
year
to.
We don't have to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about listening to people pretend like
Yeah.
they care. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
some people that like it, but that's
Yeah.
no. But most places that are really into soccer, it's because there's no other options. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting a little biting there, but we'll
Am I
we'll let
wrong?
You have that.
Am I wrong?
I don't have an opinion either way. I'm not a sports person.
I know, but it's probably
I
because
do like the soccer players. I don't know if that matters, but
130-pound
that
wafy guys.
that's a better physique to me than a football player physique. But whatever.
Okay. Well, I will say that football players, they run the gambit. There's a wide range. All soccer guys look basically the same because all they do is
Yeah.
run. They're just runners. They're like long distance runners.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they flop.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah. See, Chad likes soccer. That's my point.
Uh-huh. Chad Pilbeam.
Yes, he just commented he likes soccer. So there you go. He refs soccer. I just don't even. It's just come on, Chad.
It's not your thing.
Yeah. No, it
trying to
shouldn't be
get
anybody's thing.
These headphones are they're squishing my face. They make me look like an alien, kind of. So
That's fun.
I'm trying to fix this. Is it?
Yeah, aliens are fun. It's October.
All right.
I think Linda got a new. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments. I think Linda got a new profile picture.
Did she? Oh, let me take a look at this.
She has
'cause
been-
I'm on here too. Hi, Linda. How are you? Do you
Yeah.
have any of Kennedy's clothes this week that maybe you need to return? No?
She's been living it up in Branson. She's been posting.
Has
Oh
she-
my goodness.
Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
she's-
Oh yeah. She loves
Oh,
Branson.
wow.
Huge
Yeah, that's-
Osmond fan.
Yeah, she
Huge.
really
That's
is.
a real part. Really.
Yeah.
I used to have a boss that was a huge Dottie Osmond fan. She had like I managed a retail store for a really long time, and in the back of our store, there was just like a whole wall that was dedicated to Dottie Osmond.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
got great
super
teeth.
weird and creepy. He's a creepy dude.
Is he?
And it's just it's too much smiling. Anybody that smiles that much, it's got some stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're hiding something.
Yeah,
They're
it's
trying to
too much
deflect.
smiling.
They try.
Too much smiling.
He's like, if maybe the reflection of the light off my teeth will deflect.
Yeah,
Any,
what's really happening?
yeah.
The darkness inside. Exactly.
And what's Marie? No, Donnie and Marie. There's a sister.
Yeah.
That's her sister.
That's his sister. Yeah.
And then I think all the other like sub Osmonds.
There's like 145 of them.
Yeah, they're all kicking it in Branson, and Linda's good friends with a lot of them. Maybe
What do
all
they do
of them.
there? They have put on a show or what?
Yeah, they have theater. They have their theaters, and she's still in her vacay. Oh, Peter Noon. She's been hanging out with Peter Noon. Is he? Oh, in the
I don't
Hermits.
know who Peter Noon is.
Peter Noon. He's a world famous singer.
Is he world famous?
I wouldn't-
Yeah.
Is he that?
Except
famous?
for right here at my house.
Well, I mean, do yourself a favor and get yourself a Peter Noon Pandora station,
Okay.
and then you.
I'm gonna do that. I would do that, except that I have a hard time getting rid of Pandora stations.
Why do you have to
some
get rid of
reason.
them? Just add.
Well, because I sometimes I don't. Oh, okay. Well, I'll work on that. I
What?
don't use Pandora a lot.
Oh.
My grandparents used to visit Branson a lot.
Mhm.
It used to be like a yearly thing for them.
Yep. Where'd they live? They live here?
They lived in San Antonio. Yeah.
Oh, and they go all the way up to Branson. See, we would go to
They
Branson.
used to, not anymore. We're talking like the 80s, the early 90s, maybe into the 90s.
I guess it's closer than Vegas, which would have been like it's the alternative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know. But we've been a couple times. My parents took us when we were kids. Silver Dollar City.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a little amusement park they have. And
Interesting.
I think my first concert was there. It was one of the Mandrell sisters.
Wow.
The which one?
That's,
Not Barbara. Louise, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think my first concert was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I remember when they went live.
Yeah, the
Was
Teenage
that-
Mutant Ninja Turtles at what's the amusement park there in Houston?
Astroworld.
Astroworld.
Ah man,
That's my first concert.
I wish Astroworld was still a thing. We were.
Is it
supposed-
not there anymore?
Oh no, it shut down a while back.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
I
It's
don't
a,
know.
it's a vacant lot now.
It's kind
The
of sad.
sadness in my heart.
It is sad. It is sad.
I also had my first kiss at Astroworld.
Who was it?
It was. I don't even remember his name. I was like
Ah,
in 7th grade, I think. 6th
Oh.
grade.
that's
Yeah.
6th grade.
That's super sad. I can't believe it's gone.
Kennedy, when was your first kiss? Did they have schools in? It was pre Astroworld, I'm sure.
It was. I would say it was about
It was on a
15
buggy.
years ago.
15?
Yeah, it was in my 30s.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Have you had one since?
Yes.
It was just the one.
It was just there's that one.
but it was magical.
I'm sure it was.
Was it magical?
I'll
The
never
first
forget
one's
it.
never magical. I just remember being grossed out and feeling awkward and embarrassed.
Well, was the first kiss?
That was it.
Was the first kiss with tongue or not?
No, I was 13. I didn't know. I didn't even want to be there.
Just typically first kiss just a peck, just to
Yeah,
get out of the way.
no, there was no. I didn't get that. None of that happened. I was super, believe it or not, super reserved for
Really?
most of my life. Yeah,
When was the turn?
I was in college, probably.
Okay.
College. I was a late bloomer. I was already legal age to drink alcohol when I started to get into real life.
Oh, okay. Speaking of bloomers, Linda, keep the pictures coming.
Oh, is she sending?
She's just
pictures
said,
right now?
well, she sent some over the weekend. I got one.
Oh.
There's one of her in her going out dress, her going out stuff.
Oh,
and
she sent one to Liquid Lunch. I missed it.
She posted it on Twitter, and
Oh,
I just assumed it was directed at Kennedy.
I see. Well, of course, of course.
And,
Can't
but,
wait. Did you send her a dress or a picture of you in your going out dress, Kennedy?
No, I haven't sent those out yet.
Okay.
Do you want to? Do you want a
Just
picture?
wondering. No. Well, okay. Wait a minute. Let's not just do a blanket. Do you want a picture statement?
All right. Do you
I'll
want?
take a picture of you in a dress.
Okay. All right. As soon as the show's over, I'll send you one.
Perfect.
Okay. You're gonna have to pick which one you have on your phone. You have like a lot, so go with the time of year. Make sure it's one that's appropriate for this time of year.
Let's make it fall. Let's make it fall themed. I think that's
Yeah,
important.
maybe a brown, your dark oranges.
Don't send me any summer shit.
Yeah. No white for sure.
No way.
Speaking of this time of year, this
Mm-hmm.
past weekend we had the biggest, I guess, beer gathering in the country every year,
Right.
the annual Great American Beer Fest. Cue that
That's
open.
right.
Bum, bum, bum. We didn't have one, but I should have. That would been nice. But anyway, the Great American Beer Fest was this past weekend, and all of our Texas breweries that entered, congratulations on a job well done for a whole year. And the winners, 22.
The winners.
22 medals.
Super cool.
That is super metal. All those medals are metal.
Man.
Yeah, gold. Gold. We got one gold on the table right there. Can you take the beer can full? Do we have a beer can?
We do. Hold on.
Take the beer can.
I'm
Of the
still doing
can.
business.
I'm excited to see what you guys have. What do you
Boom.
have?
Well, okay. So, preface with Kennedy brought the gingerbread stout, which I don't know that. Who knows if they entered it? They didn't win a medal. If they did, but
okay.
Kennedy, I had to inform Kennedy what the Great American Beer Fest was.
You guys have a lot of October. Oh, I see Oktoberfest. I see Pumpkinator, and then that must be the gingerbread stout, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The sad little gingerbread guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's Pumpkinator 2016. The latest version coming out. What is today's date? Today's the 11th or 12th?
I just saw. No, I did not. I'm sorry. I saw their Oktoberfest. Never mind.
Yes. So the 2017 Pumpkinator coming out on the 17th, and I believe a few days later the bourbon barrel aged version.
Exciting.
Yeah, but Pumpkinator won gold
Cool.
this year. Rahr and Sons Oktoberfest there for Meritzen Lager. It won a silver.
Okay.
Where's my phone? I should pull up my whole list. I have a list. A lot of people do.
Well, let's just talk about the most important win. Can
Okay.
we for just a second?
Sure.
The most important win in my heart is that Freetail gold win. The first gold for San Antonio.
Yeah.
We couldn't be more proud and excited.
No, that was great. I think Scott was genuinely surprised too. Not that, it's just so depending on the category, there's a ton of
Right.
entries. There's some categories they don't even throw out a gold medal because they say, these guys that do the judging, they're like, this does
Yeah.
not meet the strict guidelines of the Brewers Association and the style guidelines. But yeah, no, Freetail's La Muerta.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, new guys to the party, Eureka Heights.
Mm-hmm.
They won a gold for Buckle Bunny, their American style cream ale.
Okay.
ABGB in Austin. Austin
Always winning.
Yes, seriously. They've been strong the last few years. Gold for Rocket 100, their American style Pilsner, and then also their Velvet Revolution Bohemian style Pilsner. Their Pilsner game is strong. Let's see, who else won gold? We got Lazarus for their Belgian style strong. Pine House Pizza for their Bearded Seal Classic Irish style dry stout. Austin Beer Works. Austin Beer Works on the show before, so I'm guessing probably brought them luck. They're super awesome lager for light lager. Of course, we
Well,
said
they dedicated that to us because we obviously made that happen for them.
right. And then let's see. Of course, we said St. Arnold's Pumpkinator and Real Ale. Their Real Heavy Scotch Ale, also winning gold. Silver medals. Shiner won one for their American style amber lager. I guess that for Shiner Bock. Petty Colas for their Belgian style strong. Rar and Sons Oktoberfest for German style Märzen. Real Ale Fireman's 4 for Blonde Ale. Oasis for their lager for Keller Beers. Save the World Brewing Lux Mundi. That's their other Belgian style ale, which is just kind of a catch-all, I guess. And then Bronze Galveston Island 1-1. Holler if you hear me.
That's right.
John and Catherine, I'm gonna be down there hopefully in November for Interbrews. I talked to them, so we'll be going back again. St. Arnold won another Weed Whacker for their German style wheat ale. Armadillo Ale Works, their Honey Please Honey Beer. St. Arnold won a third one. Look at that, Amber Ale for their ordinary or special bitter. And then Big Bend for their barrel-aged Marfa Lights wood and barrel-aged strong stout. But here's the big one. Here's the couple big ones. Of course, ABGB. I think they won this. This is 2 years running for Large Brew Pub and Large Brew Pub Brewer of the Year. They won that award. And St. Arnold, mid-size brewing company, mid-size brewing brewer of the year. That's huge.
That's pretty exciting.
That's huge. Brock has been hilarious with his Instagram/Twitter posts. He's like, everything's better with, and he's carrying that award around with him through town. Yeah, he was at the dentist, and they had his his mouth all open, and he was holding it. He's like, everything's better now.
Yeah.
Every experience.
I like
is better.
that.
Yeah, it's like the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Which you win when you win a real sport.
Yeah. I can't wait till we win something.
Oh, this show?
Yeah, let's just win something. You know what we should do? Let's just come up. Oh, we were supposed to do an award show today. We really dropped the ball on that
Were
one.
we? Let's do one real quick.
You want to?
Sure. The lunchies or the liquidies.
Okay.
Lunchies?
I saw real fast that Jeff had a question about how many breweries didn't have the names of their beers called out because it was offensive.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think they're going to tell us, right?
Yeah, they probably didn't even get in the judging.
Yeah.
They probably were just pushed aside, and some lucky person walked through and grabbed them all and drank them.
Yeah, that's what happened.
They swoop in there and drank it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Show.
That's what I would do. I would give producer of the year to Kennedy. If you'll look at our. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me get through it. Yeah. The 3 box there in the shape of Imperial pint glasses.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of detail you don't see on some of those other beer shows that shall remain nameless that are real big soccer fans, is half of their hosts, Chad. So you don't see beer glass shaped 3 boxes.
Do you think the glass matches up perfectly?
It does. It's exactly the style.
Right.
Okay.
There we go.
Thrilling.
Congratulations,
Wow,
Kennedy, on your win.
I look like Frankenstein.
You do. Look at that. Just hold that. That's Halloween right there. Good. So congratulations on producer of the year.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
for-
Put that on your resume. Slap
Yeah.
that bad boy
Hold
Yeah.
on.
on that resume.
Lunchy.
What about the award for best midday craft beer host ever? Like ever.
Oh, that's
all time.
I think
That'd be Josh.
I think we're gonna have to put that.
Dual
I
winners.
mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Dual winners.
Best craft beer
yeah.
midday.
Well, yeah. So we won.
Yeah. Did you?
So, we won. Oh,
We did.
Of course you did.
I don't even. I'm so shocked. I don't even know how to respond to this.
Well,
I had no idea.
Go ahead. Try.
All
Let's
right,
try.
You have 30
I
seconds
wasn't even
before we cut
I
you off.
wasn't even going to come to this award show today, and I was like, well, I'll just go and see who wins, and here I am, and I won.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I'd like to thank Chad Pilbeam for being on the show occasionally
Yeah.
and really lifting us up.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to thank all our guests. I'd like to thank Josh for being a really good second to me. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
Josh is so overwhelmed by the honor that he doesn't even know what to say.
I know. No, I have some people I'd like to thank.
Okay.
And if you're done, I mean.
No, I'm never done, but go ahead.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Because of him, we have everything. Beer, and friendship.
Okay.
And then after that, well, Catherine, of course, you're awesome.
Thanks.
Kennedy, thanks for making us look good. Thanks to Hazel.
Thanks to Hazel for chiming in over there.
Yeah. I, too, would like to thank Chad Pilbeam. Despite your love of soccer, your support has been greatly appreciated. Linda, thanks for all the pictures. Jeff, thanks for listening all the time. To our guests, you're the greatest. And thank you to Texas. Love you, Texas.
Thank you, Texas.
Yeah. Thank you, Sam Houston, Stephen F. Austin,
Oh,
wherever you are.
getting real. Okay.
I'm just saying, they were a big part of what brought us here today.
Thank you, beer.
Thank you, beer. Thank you, internet.
Thank you, yes. Thank you, laptop and
All of it.
headphones.
Yeah, thank you, headphones and microphones.
Thank you, microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you, water.
Thank you, water. What water?
Water. You can't have beer without water.
That's true. And we're all a lot of water. All right, that's good stuff.
Speaking.
All right, so we won. So now they really don't. That's it.
Oh, wait,
right?
what about
That's the
listener of the year? Do we have a listener of the year?
key. Ooh, listener of the year. Wow. What
gotta
is
be
this
Jeffrey.
based on? How often? That would have to be Jeffrey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Absolute, hands down.
Jeffrey, send us a picture so we can put you up. Listener of the year, Jeffrey.
Yeah, listener of the year, Jeffrey.
Yeah. So there you go, Jeff. Congratulations, listener of the year.
I will honorable mention Linda.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Linda.
dude.
Most engaged
Hold on.
social media.
Can I just say, probably too soon, Kennedy. I'm going to have to call this out right now, though. Probably not a good time to bring up yours and Linda. Linda getting special treatment. The whole Harvey Weinstein thing going on.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, can we talk about that for just a second? Gross.
I think. Well,
Okay.
we probably should now that Kennedy.
Whoa.
I'm just
Giving
saying.
special.
I'm just saying. She
Did
sends
you take Linda out to dinner, and were you like, "Hey,
Did y'all go out like 6?
5 minutes,
five-
5 minutes. Don't risk this whole thing for 5 minutes. You could be the listener of the year."
Mm-hmm. Did y'all go to like Luby's early bird special one night? I'm gonna take you.
Hey,
out
let's
to
not
dinner.
knock on movies, okay? Let's.
I'm just saying. 4:30 p.m. early bird special.
Those buttered rolls are really good.
Don't knock on the
And
Luann.
Kennedy knows.
Don't knock on the Luann special. Luann
Yeah.
Potter.
Yeah, let's talk about some Harvey Weinstein.
Don't do it.
What a creepy
You want
dude.
to talk? Let's talk about that for just a second.
Yeah.
First of all, talk about someone who needs a beer this week. Poor Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Poor Harvey. I hope he gets everything that's coming to him.
Sounds like he is.
I hope so.
It sounds-
I doubt it. He's got way too much money. He's got a whole legal team.
You know
He'll bounce back.
how old is he?
I don't know. It looks like he's in his 60s, maybe.
Okay, so not as old as Cosby, right?
No.
Cosby-
He was literally falling apart.
Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cosby is able to run out the clock. He just keeps taking a knee on everything. He's like, oh, I'm blind.
Right.
Pudding pop, do me
Yeah.
pudding pops or whatever.
Yeah.
And
then he just smiles.
yeah, and so he's running out the clock. That's probably a good strategy. I think
Sorry, 1 second. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
classic run out the clockers, Kennedy. Joe Paterno ran out the clock. He did it very effectively. Because that dude, right? Who else ran out the clock? I don't know. Maybe Clinton. Clinton ran out the clock on his presidency. It's like, we got all this other stuff going on.
If we want to change subjects for a second,
Oh, no. Well, I guess.
I
Probably
need to
should.
show some breaking news here.
Oh, do we have break? Hold on. We have, Catherine, hold on. Hold on.
Fresh off the presses.
Hold on. I'm glad you said something.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta get our breaking news.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Guys, we have breaking news.
Yeah.
You muted yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
Ready?
forget that.
You ready?
Yeah.
Look at the screen.
Here we, oh, wait.
All right. Screen.
Breaking
Boom.
news. Oh, what is? Oh my goodness! Look at that.
That is.
I don't even know what that is.
That's Super Viewer Linda
Yeah.
on vacation.
Oh, where is she?
I don't know. I think that's the Village people, but really grown up.
The Village people.
That's the village
I
people.
don't
It's
know.
not all
It's-
of
It's
them.
not.
Oh.
That's the retirement village people.
So-
The Villages.
Linda, you shouldn't have sent us that picture because,
Branson?
of course, it's going to go to air.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh wait. Yeah. What is that though? I'm so confused.
hold
Is that like a haunted house?
All right.
What is that on the
all
right?
So
That looks like a green screen situation.
Yeah.
no, she's at Branson. It's the Osmond brothers,
Of course it is.
and she put something very disturbing about the Osmonds.
What?
Very, very disturbing.
What? What did she say?
They do not drink.
Oh yeah, they're Mormon.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very Mormon.
All right.
Like I don't know that you can you just dabble in Mormon? I'm sure there's people that just kind of dabble,
I mean, I'm sure you could just dabble in anything.
right? But
Uh-oh. What happened?
like Harvey Weinstein, not just dabbling in starlets.
His wife is leaving him.
Good, as she should.
Yeah.
My question
Like,
is, how did she not
no,
know?
thank you. She knew.
Yeah, now she's kind
She
of
knew.
has to.
Everybody knew.
Yeah.
It was just that now it's public. So
Mhm. That's the worst when somebody in authority like that uses their power. But I almost,
absolutely.
I feel like, why is it just now coming out?
Well,
Right.
I think that he has a lot of money and a lot of power,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that people get easily scared by that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he threatened a lot of women with legal action, and he has a team of lawyers
Yeah.
that work for him. And what up and coming actress or woman can just be like out there throwing money into something? You know what I mean?
True. But what?
That's what I'm thinking. Also, I know he was making a lot of money for the studio, and they're gonna cover up as much as they can.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just gonna go Raw and Sons. I'm gonna go Oktoberfest. That's what I'm gonna do right there. Just Kenny reaches for another beer. What was what finally brought it to a head? What was the? Do we know? Was there one person or just a
I
cumulative?
think there was an internal memo that was sent, I think, out internally inside of his company,
Oh.
and then conveniently it was leaked to the press.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So that's the thing is like I think we're past the time when you can get away with stuff for
Yeah.
things just don't stay hidden forever now.
Yeah, and I love how like his excuse was that it was okay to be creepy. Then it was different times.
It was different times all those weeks ago.
Yeah.
All those weeks ago.
Yeah.
Rudy Cano, he just said congratulations to Jeff. Rudy, you could get band. The year's not over. You could get band of the year for the Homebrewed Brass if we can get you to play on a show. We need to get them to play.
Nice.
They're great. Anyway, just saying. I don't know. Completely off topic.
No, I like it.
Lost my whole train of thought. Yeah, no, that whole thing. It just sounds like extra creepy. Like
It's so creepy, and the things that are coming out are just like so disgusting. It's not even.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's gross.
now, would it be different if he were like not so like Jabba the Hutt like? He's very like
No, let me just tell you, okay? Because you guys aren't women, but
That's-
women get sexually harassed.
true.
All the time.
Okay. Mhm.
So
It's
do
an
I.
ongoing thing.
Just say so do I.
It's
Yeah.
not.
You do,
Actually,
yeah.
that's,
Man, I get
Nobody's sexually
objectified
harassing.
all the time.
No, you-
okay.
I get treated like a piece of meat.
Yeah. It's always creepy. Like it's if it's unwanted attention,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not dating somebody or in a situation where you might be like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not ever okay.
Mm. Mm.
I don't know. That's just me.
Is it more prevalent now? I don't think it's more
No,
prevalent
I think
now.
It's always been.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but I almost think it would be less prevalent now.
You would think so.
I would hope
but
so.
I don't think a lot of times that men know that they're being creepy. or
Okay.
saying things. I think that they think they're being flattering.
Oh, like, okay, like, hey, nice rack, not
Right,
flattering,
Right. Like she's gonna really like that.
unless
I actually listened to a podcast one time that was all about this, and
Uh-huh.
they interviewed these guys that were catcalling women
mm-hmm.
and actually going up to women and like slapping them on the bottom, right?
That's bold.
And then they asked the guys, why do you do that? And they're like, oh, we want to make these girls feel good. We want to make them feel good about themselves. They look so hot or whatever. And then they go and interview the girls, and the girls are like, I feel threatened and vulnerable, and I think this guy's gonna do something to me.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that men get it. They just don't know.
Okay, hold on. Are you trying to?
I'm pouring beers.
No, yeah, but you hear what she's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we handed out that producer of the year award.
Can
Too
we
soon.
have Kennedy?
Oh, I totally agree.
Stand up one more time. Kennedy, stand up one more time. Can we get Kennedy on video and stand up one more time? Stand up,
There he is.
please.
Mm-hmm.
Please stand up. Please. Look at that. Lionel Richie's on the podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Is it beer you're looking for?
probably. Where'd you get
All
that
right,
shirt?
thank you. I got it. Pretty
eBay.
Mm.
No, not eBay.
eBay,
eBay.
Amazon.
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 I was like, who's shopping on eBay?
That's weird. Like used shirts.
Amazon.
Their wardrobe.
Did you just look up Lionel Richie shirt or just come across it?
I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody about Lionel Richie,
Mm-hmm.
and I happened to be on the computer, and I'm like, I really want a Lionel Richie T-shirt.
Who were you talking to? Another dude?
No, not a dude.
A woman?
Yes.
And were you like,
a strange thing? The person I was talking to is one of our suspects in Stickergate.
oh, well, let's not go back there. Let's not go back there.
I-
It's too soon. Too painful.
It is.
Okay. And then you just looked up and you found a Lionel Richie shirt on
There's
Amazon.
a whole bunch of them. Yeah,
They're really?
yeah, you'd be surprised. My Hall & Oates shirt is on the way as well.
Did you go to liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon?
Well, of course. Who wouldn't?
I don't know. I'm getting a call. Somebody from LaPorte is calling me.
Oh, come on, answer.
Oh.
I'm not
Put
calling.
her on speaker.
No,
Put her
I'm
on
not doing
speaker.
it. I don't know
Oh,
who
come
that is. I'm
on.
not doing that.
Put her on speaker.
No.
Catherine, you want to hear his phone call, right?
No.
I mean, I guess it depends on what it is.
No. It's probably nothing.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Do you want to see Linda's saloon pic?
Of course.
On vacation.
Yes.
All right. Do we have any? You want to do breaking news? Breaking news. Here we go. She's on vacation.
She's living it up. Look at that.
Oh, wow. That is a red dress.
That is a red dress and a big bottle of Jack Daniels. Yeah.
I'm so glad that we could have this like whole weird over 40 flirting happening real time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real time.
Send more, Linda.
Yeah.
Send more.
Yeah.
How old is Linda? How much older is Linda than you?
But let's not speculate Linda's
Come on.
age.
It's
No,
not
I mean,
polite
she's
to talk about women and
Linda's
their age.
perfectly comfortable with who she is.
It's not a polite thing to ask a woman her age.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
How much old? I was just going to say how much older.
I don't know how old she is.
Like
because,
inappropriate older or just like interesting older?
Oh my God.
You know, I don't ask women their age. Whoa.
It's not working for me today.
I'm a gentleman,
Okay.
and it's one thing you don't talk about.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
I've never known you to be a gentleman, but I'll respect that.
Hazel's getting big.
She's
Yeah,
7
she
months,
is.
almost 8 months, I guess.
Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah.
She's getting big.
Man,
Look at
look at
that.
those chubby cheeks. She's so cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Say hi.
She doesn't need more.
She's,
than-
you guys,
Did I
she's why already she's pulling up and cruising.
Fun.
That's not supposed to happen yet. No, it's not fun. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Do you have any stairs in the house?
No, luckily it's one story, so that's at least something.
Have you child-proofed the cabinets yet?
No, with all of that is like we didn't expect for this. She's not even crawling.
Yeah.
She's just like she's rolling. She was rolling from her back to her tummy,
Uh-huh.
and we were like, "Oh, big girl! What a big girl you are!" And then all of a sudden, she's standing and cruising like in one day.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
So
a-
no, we were not prepared for that.
It's good. That's all that beer fueled
That's
know,
right.
talk she's exposed to each day.
That's right. That's right.
It's got her brain super stimulated,
Yeah.
so she's developing quicker. She's like she could be part of the Avengers or something.
Yeah, she could be an Avenger baby.
An Avenger baby. That's fun. What's she gonna be for Halloween?
Well, we our very favorite show is the Great British Bake Off.
Ah, you know what? I've been
So we're
watching that.
doing a theme.
Yeah.
Jason's gonna be Paul Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm Mary Berry. And Hazel's gonna be a cupcake.
That is adorables.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's just a bunch of carb-loaded cuteness right there.
I really,
Yeah.
I
We're
really
so
wish,
excited.
I really wish I knew what you guys were talking about.
It's on Netflix, bro.
The British baking show?
Great British Bake Off. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're not actually showing the competition, but they're just showing the pros doing.
And
Yeah, thank you.
she likes it too. Hazel really likes it.
The best part.
We're gonna grab a snack.
Yeah, don't forget to take your
Guys,
headphones
keep
off.
talking.
Take your headphones.
Promise.
Just gonna take the whole thing with her. You've not seen the Great British Bake Off show or whatever it's called?
No, I haven't.
Ah, dude, we should end the show early and just go watch it. Just watch it.
You know, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
No, it's not. It's not like American Vandal good. Catherine, have you seen Big Mouth yet?
No, what is
The
that?
You
cartoon.
probably don't want to watch that.
No.
Well,
Ah,
I enjoy adult cartoons, but I don't like them when they're too silly.
No, this is not silly. It's
it's-
borderline.
pornographic?
Oh no,
What?
no.
A girl has a conversation with her vagina.
Did you didn't mention the fact that like 3 episodes before that it was all like penises talking.
Yeah.
It's about kids going through puberty. It's the guys
Okay.
from the League, and Maya Rudolph is on. Who else is on there?
Maya Rudolph?
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
She's the hormone monster, the female hormone monster. There's 2 hormone
Okay.
monsters that jump out. Who else is on that show? Mulaney, John Mulaney is one of the main boy characters. There's other people. I want to say I think the vagina was.
There's a talking vagina.
Yeah, I think that was Amy Schumer.
Oh.
I think
Of course it is. Of course.
There's,
I think
there's
so.
also talking penises.
a lot of them.
Yeah, penises
Yeah.
playing basketball.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I think that all all thoughts and conversations probably start there anyway.
Yeah. No, I think. I don't think it was okay. So they mentioned how inappropriate it is on a certain level, like in the final episode, like only on Netflix. We're like pushing the limit even for Netflix. Like they mentioned it in the show. But there's some really, really funny, and it's things you can all relate to if we've been through puberty. So most of us on this show can relate.
2 listeners out there were like, "Oh, I never did that."
Well, look, I've got white hairs.
What does that mean?
That's not. We don't need to know.
I've been through puberty.
Okay.
Do the drapes match the curtains?
Oh God,
Curtains match the drapes.
that might.
Inappropriate.
All right.
Is it?
Harry,
All right.
Harriet Weinstein. Jeez.
Okay. I'm just
You get personal now.
Actually, going the other way, it's funny. There is a
Yeah,
double
okay.
standard, and it's perfectly okay. I think.
Yeah, there is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was inappropriate. I shouldn't have asked you that. I
No, what you
apologize.
could say is
It's okay.
you could check
I'm
it.
going to
yourself.
send you a check in the mail for $25.
No. We can all find out if Kennedy's wearing shorts, cargo shorts that go down to his knees. You can find out pretty easy. He's hanging low there, bro. That's what happens when you get old. I know. Sorry.
Shorts.
Yeah. No. These are normal length shorts. Do they ever dip in? Do they dip into the toilet water in the middle of the night?
Is that an age thing or what? Is that what?
Gravity does not give up. It grabs on and
see.
just right.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about my testicles right now.
No, I am too. I think it's important.
It's nature's
Yeah,
way of
let's
keeping
bring-
them cool.
I think it's important, Kennedy, that you be proud and bring awareness
Yeah.
to the geriatric testicle issues.
You know what though? I'm just glad that you didn't fall prey to the latest pressure of the whole like ball lift surgeries that people are
Yeah.
getting now.
Aging gracefully.
Aging
Kennedy.
gracefully, not
You can be proud of that.
not getting the whole,
Yeah.
ballsier.
You don't want your balls to have like a permanent surprise face. That's everybody knows you've had work done. you
Yeah,
know?
it's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
But
You could get the ballsier though. That
Mm-hmm.
lifts.
Ball's ear.
It lifts,
Yeah.
supports.
Yeah.
Enough like
Yeah.
yeah. Ball cleavage has never become a thing. That's
No, that's because that's gross.
Ball
Nobody,
cleavage?
literally, no one wants to see that.
Isn't that called a moose knuckle?
oh, is that a moose knuckle?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Ball cleavage. Yeah.
Oh.
It's moose knuckle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then there you go. But there's not like low cut. Never mind.
Low cut, what, pants?
Yeah, to accentuate. But it'd be a weird design. Is she vomiting
Yeah.
right now? Is that
She's she's just bored.
disturbed?
Yeah.
Just disturbed. What are those things she was eating? Those little wafer things? We used
These
to.
are baby mum-mums.
Yeah,
They're
we
her
used to-
favorite little snack.
They look
yeah.
like little surfboards.
Exactly, that's what I call it, her little surfboard. And she may have a kind of an addiction. I don't know. She really loves them. Like if she's upset, if we give her one, doesn't matter why she's upset, fine.
Yeah.
She's fine.
The thing is, they just kind of disintegrate.
They do, and they're like cement. They make it stuck or something.
They're just kind of gross. And those in the pinwheels, little pinwheel thing.
Yeah, I don't know if we're to pinwheels yet.
Yeah,
We're
those-
almost there.
Yeah, those are kind of gross. They just kind of meh. They don't taste good. I tried one back in the day. So, yuck. I did try one. Wow.
Yeah.
Now Linda asked me if the drapes match the curtains.
Do they? Salt and pepper? You got salt and pepper on your meatballs? Little seasoning?
Yeah, they're seasoned. I will say they're seasoned.
Ah, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I know more about your.
I'm gonna vomit. People might be eating
You
one.
guys, hold on. You guys brought up my balls, not me.
Yeah, that's true. We did bring up your balls. That's all on us.
That's the first time I've ever publicly talked about my balls too.
Yeah, well,
First time.
you should be proud of your balls. Anyway, you have them. Be proud. All right. What else? Anything else?
You know we haven't done yet.
Take a break.
Well, that too.
What? Oh, talk about what we're drinking.
Yeah.
We did talk about what we're drinking. Just didn't do the intro.
Yeah.
Now I have to get over here to this other thing.
Hold on. So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah. Oh.
right.
Anyway. Okay. Are we
gonna
ready?
do it?
Hmm?
Are we gonna do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
And we're drinking the silver medal award-winning Oktoberfest from RAR and Sons.
That was no good.
And the camera,
Headaches,
watching the camera.
headaches,
Yeah, I don't want to make
headaches.
you vomit. Vomit cam.
Yeah.
We're not drinking the gingerbread yet.
Do you want to drink the gingerbread?
It's a little heavy for the middle of the day. You go right ahead. I'm gonna hold off.
Then I have to drink all that before work.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we pick our spots, bro. Catherine, what are you drinking?
I am drinking off-label Nightmare on First Street.
Are you really? Let's see it. Last year's version, right? It's not out yet this year.
I don't know. I just found it at the store.
I think that's last year's. I mean, I know last year was the first year for the smaller bottles. That's a really good pumpkin beer.
Yes,
It's really
it is.
good. It's really, really good. Really, really good. That one and Pumpkinator. I'm trying to think if there's Five Stone had one that was really good back in their Sleepy Hollow, I think is what it was called. That one was really good. Yeah. Anyway, good pumpkin beers.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I might do something with these. I haven't decided yet, but
Oh, I have an idea.
oh, can we talk about let's while we're talking about pumpkin beers.
Yeah, hold
Can
on.
we talk about your? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a close.
this has been another installment of
I'm not
What
ready.
you drinking?
Be sure to listen next time right here on Liquid Lunch.
Okay, sorry. Improvise. Yeah, we can talk about muffins.
Your muffins. Yes, let's talk about these muffins that you made.
Okay. What do you need to know? What would you like to know?
Well, I would like to know they had pumpkin beer in them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is it a breakfast muffin or a dessert?
Either
thing.
or. You could
Yeah.
absolutely get down either way. I will say this: if you eat 3, it'll induce a nap,
Really? Because they have high alcohol content?
and
or-
just the sugar spike and then crash.
Oh, I see.
All of it. They're fantastic. It's actually There's actually a it was sent out. Ronnie Crocker, who was the Beer Texas blogger for and business correspondent for the Houston Chronicle. It was like 4 years ago or so. He sent out the recipe. He got some right when Sam Adams first put out their Harvest Pumpkin beer, and they had a bakery they worked with. Anyway, they developed this recipe, and I tweaked the recipe a little bit because actually I read it wrong the first time, and it turned out really good. And I tried it the other way, and it wasn't as good. So it was a happy accident. But yeah, pretty simple. If you have a hand mixer or something like that, you can absolutely knock them out. I took it a step further. I went to liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon and bought some muffin tins that are in the shape of pumpkins because, that's a man.
That is adorable.
That's what a man does. He doesn't just make muffins. If a
No,
man's going to make
pumpkin shape.
they're going to be pumpkin shaped, my God.
Yeah.
Speaking of pumpkin shape deliciousness, I don't know. Thanks for making me segue there.
All right.
Failed.
I was just trying to throw you off.
Thank you. You did. The recipe is actually for a full loaf, and the loaf is good because you can take the loaf, right, cut it in thick slices, and then the next morning when it dries a little bit, because it is quite moist. It's quite moist because there's a lot of liquid in there.
You said moist twice, but
Yeah, quite moist, but you can then make pumpkin ale bread French toast.
So
now we're talking.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
Do you put a topping on that, or you just eat it?
No.
French toast?
You do the custard and everything with the seasonings and stuff, and then warm maple syrup. Maybe
Oh my
when
goodness.
you warm it up, throw a couple cinnamon sticks in there.
Oh
Really
my
bring it all
goodness.
together. Big piping hot
That
hot
is
cup of coffee.
that's quite a breakfast.
Oh no, that's eat and go right back to bed. That's what that is. And you want bacon. You need a side of bacon.
Of course, you got to break it up with some savory, right?
Yeah.
No.
But
now when you're checking this loaf for moistness,
uh-huh.
do you pinch it?
You don't pinch the loaf. You gently insert the blade
This could have been real delicious, and now it's forever.
Yeah. You know what? I should
Ruined.
post the recipe. The muffins, you go about 40
Yeah.
minutes. The loaf, you need to go about 60.
Okay.
350, I believe, is where we set our oven for this one.
Yeah.
But you do your wet ingredients and then your dry, and you combine, and then then you just put them in the muffin tins or your loaf pan, and let it go.
I have another question.
Okay.
Good.
Do you actually know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Yeah. Do you know the Muffin Man?
Do I know the Muffin Man? Where does he live?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Oh crap.
there you go. No, I am the Muffin Man. That was the trick question. No, very good. But I would say stay a little bit. Did you?
Yeah. What's the deal? Like, I'm not a big fan of the wax, to be honest. And it's getting everywhere.
Oh, well,
And I'm glad I don't live here because I'm making a mess.
that's fine. The dogs will probably eat it later and then poop it out, and we'll think, oh, Pegasus or unicorn, and that'll be fun. But back to muffins. Let me pull up the recipe. I want to know the recipe. It's just flour and baking soda, baking powder, sugar, lots of sugar. Your pumpkin spice. I make my own pumpkin spice. I don't want just the generic version, so I make my own. Mostly cinnamon,
That's impressive.
ginger, allspice, and some nutmeg.
Can I have some of your pumpkin spice when I make my pumpkin pies?
I'll just give you the recipe.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
No, you do a bunch ahead of time. That's what you do. Right now, you do it ahead of time, and it's good for the whole season. Yeah, just saying. Anyway, so that's what you do. And anyway, one whole beer, lots of sugar, an egg or two, a little bit of milk, a whole can of pumpkin.
You know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
When I do a pumpkin pie,
Mhm.
use pumpkin beer in this pumpkin pie. Think that'll work?
I don't know. What liquid do you normally use?
Doesn't really ask for liquid. I don't really put liquid in it.
You have to compensate for liquid. You don't want
That's
to
true.
liquidy it up.
Or what about in the crust? Instead of using water, I use beer, pumpkin beer. Think that'd work?
To a point, you'd probably want it flat first. And you got to account for the extra potential yeast, maybe? right?
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Maybe not. Maybe if it's been pasteurized or whatever, you're probably fine. I don't know. Try it though. Crusts are tough.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
tell me about it.
It's tough not to have a tough crust. All crust talk all the time. Catherine.
Are y'all talking about pizza?
Pies.
Pie.
Pies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, are you about to pour your beer?
Oh, hold on. Yes.
Whoa, you almost blended it. Catherine, when we go back to the wide shot, you'll notice the super spooky lights around the monitor. Boom. Those are Halloween lights.
I saw that. That's really, really exciting.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
spilling out everywhere now?
No, it was empty.
Didn't sound empty. But anyway, as you can see, everybody, the wall behind me, there are a whole lot of spaces, right? Like here, and I was just about to go over here too, here, and back over here, and back over here. Anyway, last week,
But just that one space, or
well, there's multiple spaces, and then there's spaces
Oh,
behind
okay.
Kennedy. And anytime we have a guest over here, there's spaces behind. Oh my goodness, it's close.
I know that's way too close.
There's spaces over here, and as you can see, last week, go over here, Kenny, back here, here. Bailson
This is
made
getting
their
very clear
debut.
Which project?
Yeah, they made their debut last week. This must be what a TV weather person feels like. We have a cold front coming in from this way, and it's going to swoop down.
Oh.
And then, as you can see,
Yeah.
Have we ever talked about that sweet painting right there
this one,
in the middle of the shot?
This one?
No, the sweet painting.
this one.
Yeah.
My daughters gave me that for Father's Day. It's a beer.
It's a green beer.
Well, it's green only because they didn't wait for it to dry before they put Happy Father's Day on it.
That's classic kid move.
Yep, classic kid move. But anyway,
Surprised it's not brown.
I'd like to say the mandolins and the guitar, or the mandolin and the guitar, coming down, and more space for your signs. If you own a brewery or some sort of beer-related business or bar or something, you want to throw it on the wall here in the old Liquid Lunch
Get it up
studio.
there.
Yeah, and look at Catherine behind Catherine in her living room or wherever she is.
I'm in my dining room. No, there's nothing.
Wow.
Nothing here. I was gonna put up a She's Crafty sign, but it's like real big, and I was like, that's silly because it's just gonna take up all this space. When I could have
Oh, What'd you do?
Why,
Little
why,
things.
why do you assume it was me?
I don't know. The powers that be Skyped you out right when you were saying it was real big, and then you said and it froze. It was a clean freeze
That
though.
was a good freeze.
Yeah,
yeah, perfect,
yeah. I don't know.
perfect. Well,
Interesting.
Yeah.
The really big sign, kind of it's a kind of a Trump-like move. You know, to put your name on something that big.
right. Well, it is gold. So
That's funny.
gold like the rest of my house. Just all it's all gold everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's real. It's a big deal. Big deal.
Is that why they call you Midas? Midas Contreras.
Yes,
My-
that is why.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you drinking that now? What's the temperature on that beer? Is it warmed up enough?
Yeah.
Okay, just saying.
Took it out of my refrigerator. Made the drive over. So it's been out of the refrigerator.
It's probably about right. All right. Are you gonna take yourself?
Couple
Let's take yourself. So
couple hours.
let's see you take a sip and then describe this beer, gingerbread stout from Buffalo Bayou. As you can see,
I gotta swirl it.
Kennedy swirls it a little bit,
Swirl it.
puts it up to his nose. 3 quick sniffs. There you go. One more time. Get your nose.
Are you
really-
gonna go? Do you go all the way in?
Yeah, he should.
Kennedy?
Yeah, he should.
I'm-
Get in there. Get in there.
yeah, get all the way in there.
There you go. Now,
Really get
Got a
in there.
big nose.
there you go. Stick. Now, take a sip. Hold it. Don't swallow. Take a
There we
sip.
go. There it is.
Now,
Oh man.
how's the finish? Now, what did you taste? Describe it.
Definitely, you can definitely taste the ginger.
Is it a little spicy?
It's a little spicy. Not too spicy though. It's really good. It's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be.
When did you purchase said beer?
I've had it for exactly 1 year.
Okay. See,
Well,
that's
not exactly, but about 1 year.
okay. I'm gonna say beers like this. I know that spiced beers like this can be almost too much right out of the gate, Catherine. Like Pumpkinator, I recommend. Actually, I recommend Pumpkinator like 2 years is like that's when it hits a sweet spot. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, go ahead and have one for a
It's
reference.
got to
point.
settle.
Yeah. I like a year. I like 2 years on it. I've got one from each year that they've done it. So since 2011 or whenever it was. But yeah, they get happy. It's just one of those beers where it's like, you know, let it live a little,
Yeah.
let it gain a little experience in life. Just
Let it get chewed up and spit out by this cruel world.
yeah,
That it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a drink with somebody that's never gone through any like tough
Right.
life experiences.
Yeah. No, of course not.
Yeah,
I need you to be just 35% jaded.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then we can't relate if you're not jaded.
Yeah.
We can't relate.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Like Catherine, name one thing you're jaded about.
One thing I'm jaded about, other moms.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who needs
Done.
that?
Done. Play groups, mommy and me groups, mommy and me clothing, all of it. Done with it.
No wine first and then shirts? Or what?
No, none of that. Okay. No. Oh, but first coffee. Nope.
Nope.
Are
No,
you?
But first, yeah. I'm gonna make sure that says, but first, yell at my kids.
Is, is there a white SUV in your future?
You mean like a Bronco?
No,
He's out.
no. Like I've noticed,
He is out. That is.
all the soccer moms have their white SUVs in the
Oh
in the
no,
suburbs.
no. I can't get it. I try so hard. I really do. I try to get like friendly with the other moms, but I can't. I just, it doesn't work for me.
No.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
But I do love crafting and cooking and doing mom stuff. I just don't like doing it with other moms. Like if I could have like a group of like mute moms or like dads that like don't talk too much,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. See, the problem is there's other women like you out there, but y'all would never,
Because we don't want to hang out with anybody.
you would never hang out, but you would probably be like, all right, I get this. And you would never talk about the stuff that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, or it could
Like
be.
any woman that says that uses the phrase "girls' night,"
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear that phrase a lot.
Yeah, it's not meant. I don't. No, that's not.
Every
that's
time.
not fun. What's that fun for? I don't even understand that.
Is that every time you go for a date? Like, no, I'm having a girls' night that night.
Girls' night. Sorry, I can't go. Girls' night.
I'd like to apologize to everybody watching. Look how shiny my forehead is.
No, I keep looking at my face and I look very red today. I think I'm still recovering from the Craft Brewers Festival.
Oh, yeah, you did get a little burnt.
Yeah, I still have a little tinge of permanent embarrassment on my face. So.
Are you embarrassed because you were hanging out with us? That embarrassment?
No, I got sunburned and that makes me look like I'm flushed all the time or something.
I went to the beach at the beginning of the summer, and you saw the pictures. Maybe you saw the pictures online. Of,
No, we saw
this
we saw.
guy. Still, the effects lingering. It's going to be St. Patrick's
Years.
Day before things get evened out.
Yeah,
Before it all goes back to pale reset.
yeah.
I
Well.
guess it's bad. Anyway,
It is what it is.
yeah, I guess you live and you learn, and you
You
apply.
live and you learn, and you apply sunscreen, or you take sunscreen with you, don't put it on, and then you end up getting a sunburn.
Well, or yeah, you put it on. I need to get a roller. Is what I need. That's what I found out.
Yeah. What I need is to remind myself before I put my makeup on, because if you're a woman, like you put it's part of your day, right? Your routine is to like get up, take a shower, do your hair, blah, blah, blah. You put your makeup on. And then we got to the Craft Brewers Festival and I was like, oh, I didn't put sunscreen on. And I was like, oh, wait, I already put my makeup on.
So you can't. Why don't they just put sunscreen in the makeup?
They do. They have some that are already like that, but I don't wear that particular kind of makeup. So yeah.
I tried.
Yeah. No, you did. And that was brilliant.
I don't know. Approaching it like a dude, trying to be
Yeah.
super practical.
Trying to fix the problem.
Yeah.
It makes you feel any better. I got really burnt too.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
take
think
much.
Perry.
Doesn't take much.
Perry's probably the only one that didn't. Right.
Oh, why would you say that?
No, I'm just saying that he himself said that he wasn't going to burn.
Yeah. He wills it not to happen.
Yeah.
Just saying. He's got that kind of sway over
Yeah.
nature.
Got that swagger.
Yeah. Or do we need to take a break or something?
Well, we haven't. So
Do we need to, like, for you to get ready for the things?
for what things?
The label approvals?
Oh,
Do you not have them?
don't have them.
Oh. Jeez. Wins one award and then it just He's like, I'm just gonna rest
Yeah,
on
it's
my
just
laurels.
like he's like, hey, they're never gonna get rid of me.
No.
I'm producer of the year.
Yeah, it's
I just Weinstein this thing for another.
yeah. Contract
10 years.
negotiations come up. That's like, oh yeah, remember when I got this? Slide that across. the
Producer
thing.
of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Yeah,
have.
remember when you guys won co-host of the year? Couldn't happen without me.
Right. I worked on stout triple boxes.
That's true. That's where you put all your energy.
Yeah, that's where my energy went this week.
Okay.
Not for the label approvals.
Well,
We do have something to talk about. Though.
what?
This cool invention.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I
That
forgot.
was made in Denver.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay.
Do you want to preface
That was
this?
the worst segue ever, but okay.
Yeah. This is not okay. This is not. I did want to talk about this invention. This invention's been done. It's just a container that has CO2. It's called a keg. It turns out there's been kegs around for a very long time. But interesting thing with Colorado, where the weed is legal, and so you get these young guys that get on the weeds, and then they get on the beers, and then you've
Right.
got overzealous, new to the market, anchors at the local station there who want to jump in on this whole craft beer is very popular.
God.
I'll do a story,
Okay.
and then you get the piece that we're about to show. So roll that beautiful bean footage there, producer Kennedy, producer of the year, POY.
All right, here it comes.
P-O-T-Y.
Here it comes.
Potty Kennedy.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Beer Festival, people are pouring in the excitement over craft beer, and one local company wants to bottle this up and take it home.
How's your night going? Yeah, it's my favorite beer we've ever done.
This Beer Festival, people are pouring in the excitement
could
over
be
craft beer, and one local company wants to bottle this up and take it home.
How's your night going? Yeah, it's my favorite beer we've ever done.
This crowd
Don't be shy. Come on, it's free beer.
is drinking it all in.
Looks like G.
Oh, it's amazing. You have. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I mean, how many thousands of people loving beer? What are you drinking, dear?
It's crowded, it's fun, it's
This lady that's
Life is so good over
Couple of these
here.
ladies
But
that I
after
talked
the
to
kegs
are quiet and
close,
easy.
these two entrepreneurs want to give beer lovers another
Hey,
sip.
bro, check this out.
Well, we're making a
We have
pressurized
keg
growler
with the
keg.
CO2.
A lot of people are turned off by growlers
little mini
because
keg,
they
so you
don't
can't
stay fresh long enough or they can't drink them in enough time.
We thought,
Did you see that?
let's use a keg and just miniaturize it, and then
Keg.
someone can take a keg in and get it filled.
It's the same size as a real tap.
And just like beer takes time,
We thought it was going to be easy at first.
it took time for Jake and Rob Hendricks
about
to
being on the
perfect their craft.
We thought we had the skills to do it in just like
I don't
a
understand.
few
what
weeks,
is
I guess,
the-
a few
what's the-
months.
what's the
And
thing?
it
What's
turned out
the
to be a lot
gimmick?
harder than that.
You know, we
Okay,
worked
so
here at
you know what the problem is with
in the
growlers,
shop with
Catherine,
Dad, and
is that it's
then
hard to drink them.
yeah, we spent time on a farm.
Are they?
That's
And
what these
just
guys
learn
say.
to
These guys are not real drinkers,
learn to,
then.
to
That's
run a
what I'm saying.
lathe. How
I
do
think they
we
have, like, 3 craft
make this
beers
into a
in, like,
product that we
3
can actually sell?
These
Could
two
they just
say
get a
their
growler?
invention
Yeah, it's a
They
full-size
could do that,
tap.
will be
or
a
there's also-
game changer for
there's-
small
Like a
breweries.
It's made
They
to
could invent this thing, but I feel like
make
this
local
thing-
beer more accessible.
Kennedy was this is probably a good
Yeah, I know. I should invent things. Although I wouldn't be that good.
So, yeah, it looks
My
like a friend
husband
to
is a home brewer.
this girl here.
So he would
This girl here,
love
she's like,
any
"Hey,
sort of like mini
you
keg
can do it,
option.
We're under the spotlight here.
So if beer lovers get on board,
Delicious, delicious
The
pumpkin
whole
beer.
story I
And
just thought was
support
adorable.
pours
It's
in.
like,
If you turn it up, you can get a little more foam.
these two can raise a glass and start manufacturing.
The two brothers have launched a Kickstarter campaign, and they're hoping that if the craft brewing community gets behind them, they'll be able to raise enough money to start manufacturing. Emily Allen, Fox 31.
CNN doing a sideline reporting. So, she's
She looks
probably.
like a girl. She looks.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, she
Uh-oh.
came and cut you
Uh-oh.
off.
Uh-oh.
There you go. She's back. She looks like what?
She looks like one of those girls that would yell at people and call them snowflakes.
You think?
Yeah, she's got that look about her.
I don't know, but I just thought the story was just cute. I thought it was funny.
No, it is. It's interesting and a stupid invention.
It's-
no offense to these guys. What they're going to take off and then just come and step all over me. But
Oh yeah.
I don't understand.
If they make
I don't
$1 million,
understand how that's helpful.
if they make $1 million, please come market your stuff right here on Liquid Lunch.
Yeah,
I'll talk
no,
about it all day.
listen.
No, it's just I feel like the keg has. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. I mean, they just
Yeah.
changed the size. So, anyway, but I just thought it was cute. That was funny. Just a funny story. Did I put out another story I wanted to talk about? There was something else. See, that's the thing is I eat my
There are a
eggs.
few. There was something about menstrual cramps, I think I saw.
Oh, there was a beer that menstrual cramps. No, let me find that
I'd
one.
love to talk about menstrual cramps.
No, it was not menstrual cramps. It was menopause. Menopause. Or as Kennedy is going through menopause. Have you gone through menopause yet?
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
No, it's not a thing.
It is a thing. It's a gradual reduction of your natural testosterone production over time, and it's much more subtle than menopause, but it
I don't
happens.
have any of the symptoms.
You're not
No,
more
no.
tired than you used to be?
Well, maybe.
You have less energy, less drive to get things done?
Maybe.
Where did I post that? Was that on Slack?
You know what?
What?
I think I'm going through menopause.
I think you are. I think you've been going. I think
This is-
I might be in the early stages of menopause. If we're just talking
is
about,
depressing.
isn't it? If we're just talking about the normal decline of testosterone production,
Yeah.
then perhaps I am in the early stages, perhaps. But here, where did it go? Where did I put it? Did I send you that one?
No, that one never got sent.
Oh, then let me find it over here. I sent it to Catherine so that we would, have to talk about.
So you guys could gang up on me. Talk about menopause.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's obvious that your testosterone production has slowed.
Why is that obvious?
I'm just saying because of your age and that sort of thing. Menopause is okay. So this, okay. Catherine, you ready for this? I hope so.
I'm here. I'm right here.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
new craft beer designed to ease menopause symptoms. There was a video that went with this, but the video was really annoying because they put a bunch of music. Oh, that's the one I have. Where did I put the thing? Anyway, it's like herbal extracts and things like that. Like, wasn't it something like St. John's wort and chamomile and all these things that are
Okay.
like herbs that are supposed to potentially ease the symptoms of like hot flashes and things like that come along with menopause. And her whole thing was like she was taken aback that the guys that she works with were not real excited about doing a menopause beer. But it could just be that it's just, you can't.
Did they make the beer, or she just wants to make the beer?
No, they made it. I think she owns the brewery. I think
Okay, I see.
she
I see.
probably screamed at them. If I remember when my mom, I love you, Mom, but
No, it's a real dicey time.
it was scary. It was.
Yeah.
I've had nightmares about like she. Whew, man! I'd talk about the sweetest woman in the world is my mom. Just the sweetest woman.
Yeah.
And then a complete 180, just like that. I mean, I probably deserved some of it, most of it, probably all of it. But
What it is I think what happens is that like it's a lot. It all gets filed. The years of catalog in your head, right?
yeah,
It all gets filed, and your rational hormones they keep it locked.
mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, we're gonna put this in the if I didn't have this rational hormone, I'd kill you file, and we're just gonna keep it locked there. And then menopause happens, and like the wrong person gets the key to the lock.
Yeah. And that,
It
yeah,
opens up.
yeah. I happened to cross it. Perry, we do monitor the live chat on YouTube. He's watching.
Kinda.
Yeah. Anyway,
Are we on YouTube?
we are on YouTube. You haven't started hating YouTube yet? Just Twitter?
I don't hate anything. Oh, Mike's watching.
Yeah, he is watching. TD Mike and producer Perry. Thanks for working.
Oh, are you drunk right now?
Who, me?
You guys
No.
drinking? No, TD Mike.
TD Mike probably. That's his natural state.
His natural state.
Yeah. He's like, let's go out and get sober, bros.
That's a real party.
But yeah, no, we do monitor it, Perry. How dare you? But yeah, no, that was.
he's
I
not
like
way
that.
off.
I like the wrong person gets the key because I did that. I happened to cross it, and man,
Yeah.
whoo, talk about
Yeah.
I got to get out of the house. Like that was
Yeah.
the only
Scary.
real option. It's like I got to go to.
Scary.
My buddy Aaron was watching earlier. Hey, Aaron. Thanks for watching. But I was like, I would just walk to his house. And I was like 4 miles away. I was like, I got to get out of
Yeah.
here. So
Gotta get out of here.
yeah, like
I
one
think
time.
my mom probably then, by your standards, my mom went through menopause for like 15 years.
Well, see, my thing was like my mom went through it when I was going through being a turd, like, from 13 to when I moved out at 19. So there was the double decker, like geez, stay out of that house. Like the
Yeah.
foundation was like, my poor dad and sisters. My goodness.
I was lucky. I was already out of the house when my mom went through it.
There you go.
Way out. So
Yeah.
I missed all that.
Yeah.
I think my
Missed
brother
it.
was too.
Yeah. Well,
I think it was only my dad had to deal
the
with
thing was, it just kind of stops too, and then you come back, and it's like, then your sweet mom is back.
You're like, your poor mom, because that's no vacation for her, you know?
Yeah. I was watching. There's the series, The Exorcist, on Fox.
Yeah.
There's some parallels there. Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I remember my mom just like opening up a cabinet because she wanted to make a tuna sandwich or something, and there was no tuna, and like everybody was like, "Oh my god, what's happening right now? This is the worst." Yeah.
I feel like, are we not? I don't feel like we're close enough. Like, I feel like there should be a fix. There should be some sort of way to.
I mean, they do hormone therapy and stuff, but I think that is a different. That's just not as.
It just doesn't
work.
It can't fight nature. Is that basically what you're saying? There's only
Yeah,
so
you
much we can
can't-
do.
You can't turn back the hands of time.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Like Kennedy, we're talking about Kennedy's going through menopause right now. Like,
Yeah.
let's go get his testosterone levels checked. Where are they at?
Yeah. You got that low T kicking?
Do you feel like you need
Well,
a nap?
huh?
Do you feel like you need a nap?
A nap?
Yeah.
Not right now.
But you will.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean,
Eventually, yeah.
one, there's the beer, right?
Yeah.
And there's other extracurriculars, I'm sure. Like,
Yeah, like walking.
walking makes you tired?
Yeah.
Walking should invigorate you.
Yeah.
Like exercise walking, or like from getting up from your couch to go to your bathroom?
No, like walking from my car into work. I feel like I need a nap. Does that mean menopause?
No, I think that just depends. That means you need a new job.
Yeah.
When you're having to drag your own self into work, that's when you're like, probably time for a career change. That might be that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to diagnose it. I can't just give you a blanket statement. There's a wide berth there. We need to figure out what's going on. We should get your T levels checked. Your free testosterone.
I think I'd be embarrassed.
Can you just do that in your bathroom? Check the T levels. You can get one of those like
He
at-home
tea bags
T-level
in the
kit.
bathroom. We discussed that earlier.
I've tried to check my T levels on my own. I don't think I'm doing it right.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I think I'm having too much fun.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't think that's it.
I get it.
Yeah, that's gross. Yeah. Now you gotta get that blood test or a saliva test. I think a saliva test is actually better. Not that we don't have to get into that. Just saying.
You're missing out on this gingerbread stuff.
Give me like a sip. I just want a sip, just a little bit, because I don't want.
What's your whistle?
All right, there, perfect. I want to be able to do this.
All right, swirl it.
Hold
Swirl
on.
it.
Ooh, I can smell it from here.
Swirl it. Yeah.
I don't remember
three
where I
sniffs.
was, but somebody was pouring something. And this is fine because I know this is what we do, right? They put their whole face in it like this, right? Took a big sniff out of it and then handed it to me like I needed to take a sip of it, and I was like,
After a
you just put
sniff?
your face in there. You
Well,
just put your whole face in there.
a lot of people make the mistake of the big sniff.
It was like real big. I was like, that's I don't want to drink that now.
The more effective way is the small 3 quick sniffs.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
saying.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you get it because it kind of pushes it back through your olfactory.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm talking total bullshit right now. I don't know what I'm.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, okay.
The sniffs part I do. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't remember the why. But the 3 small sniffs versus the 1 big sniff. That is accurate. Randy Mosher would back me up. Tasting beer. That guy.
Okay.
We should get him on the show and explain why.
Oh, Linda just informed us of something. I've been monitoring Facebook.
Oh, what? Does that have something to do with the menopause?
It does.
Or what?
It does.
What?
She said, just wait till she hits menopause.
She hasn't hit it yet?
Duck and cover.
Oh, with Linda?
Yeah. Duck.
I almost feel like... Okay, so...
Wait, Linda's predicting that she's going to have terrible menopause episodes?
I feel like... Hey, Omar. I feel like Linda... Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get personal here for a second. You're a woman of passion. Is what you are, Linda. You're a woman of passion.
It is. Yeah.
And you're not afraid to let the world know how you feel, especially if somebody or something close to you has been wronged. She is. She's an advocate for those that have been wronged. and a passionate woman.
Takes the law into her own hands.
She, if need be, look
Yeah.
at her.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't
need-
that's not a foreign, like, it's not like she's never held a pistol before. Look at that.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look natural?
That's terrifying.
Like, completely comfortable, you know?
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, when you're as passionate and almost fire, I don't think I'm out of bounds to say fiery at times when need be, when the need arises. I almost think, you know, maybe the menopause will take you in a completely different direction.
Oh, maybe it'll mellow her out.
I don't know, maybe mellow, maybe, you know, the more, you know, like she'll watch more, you know, sensitive movies or something, you know, things like that, like the phone commercials that used to make people cry, like that kind of thing, you know, like different direction. That's not a prediction, but if we want to come back to this, and feisty's perfect. Yes, Linda, exactly, you're feisty. I'm just saying.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
Only time will tell. I hope we get to, maybe we can have Linda call in when she starts menopause and check in on that.
Beer fueled menopause. We need to get Linda. We need to get you in studio and get you some good beer. I know that she's had issues with what she's like really been.
She needs to be in studio wearing Kennedy's shirt.
Either Kennedy's shirt or that dress. Can you get a hold of that red dress?
Or that red dress.
And that bottle of Jack Daniels? That would be a show.
Those. Have you ever taken one of those photos? Those like time period photos?
No.
I'm grossed out by wearing other like clothes that a lot of other people have put on.
Well, that's the thing. Like she probably took that maybe at Silver Dollar City, which is an amusement park, and
right.
Much like here in Texas, when you go in the middle of the summer,
right, it's hot.
It is hot, and the people that took it off, don't completely leave it. They leave a little bit of themselves behind.
yeah.
So,
like Kennedy.
Yeah, it's like when you played football and you came back the next day after 2 days and put your pads on the next day. They were cold and still wet.
That's delicious.
So think about that kind of
yummy.
It's probably similar.
Yeah.
Need a little talcum powder and some Febreze or something, but that's nice. Okay. I am being careful, Linda. I feel like I was careful. I feel like I danced around that appropriately. If I crossed the line,
yeah, but we cross lines here. That's kind of.
I'm not. You know what? I'm smart enough to know I'm not going to cross the line with Linda. Linda is a line I'm not going to cross.
No,
the Linda line.
Yeah, it's good.
It's similar to the DMZ between North and South Korea.
I wore the dress first.
What?
She said I wore the dress first.
Oh, the red dress. She was the first one to wear it.
No, she's saying Kennedy wore the dress
I wore
first.
the dress. Kennedy wore the dress.
Did you leave a little of yourself in the dress?
I leave a little of myself.
Is she pregnant now?
A
little Branson, Missouri baby.
Oh goodness! Have you ever been to Branson, Kennedy?
I've never been to Branson.
You owe it to yourself to go at least
Nor
once.
will I ever go to Branson.
You should.
On principle, I'm not going to
What's
Branson.
the principle? Huh?
No, just Branson?
What's wrong? What is your idea of Branson?
And I think
hill folk? You got something against hill folk? You do a show with semi-hill folk. I'm not wearing shoes right now. Be careful, bro. It's very close to Arkansas.
Oh God.
That's what I've been.
You're talking about my people.
That's what I've been smelling.
I took a shower before we got here, and I lit a candle. We have a nice new candle, Catherine.
Yeah.
Do you what scent is it?
Man scent. Man.
Okay.
I
wood.
would say it's man scent.
Man wood scent. Let's see. It's
all right. Is it musty? Musky?
Timber. It's a timber wick, so it has the nice little crackle.
I did it again.
Okay.
Did it again.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'll have to lift it up.
Hold on.
It smells like what is that? Teak wood or what? The tiki wood?
Oh, okay.
There.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There we go.
Something.
Jason is
Hey, careful.
Jason has a weird obsession with candles. He buys them every time he goes to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these are great. I like the little crackly ones we have here. This one crackles because that's a wide wick.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So
nice ambiance.
Yeah, and since it cooled down,
it's romantic, you guys.
Yeah, it really brings the whole room together.
It does.
Yeah, you guys really just over there drinking your beer over a candle lit.
As soon as you jump off
Did you
the
eat
scaffold-
lunch together?
Not yet.
No. Will you?
No.
Skip the lunch, go right to dessert.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Have anything else we need to talk about?
Everything. What else is there?
Well, I feel like we covered most of the big ones. GABF,
Dude, all
right?
all the topical stuff. We got it all.
Harvey Weinstein, Linda,
Yeah.
Kennedy's
Linda.
low key,
Yeah.
soccer, the embarrassment that U.S. soccer is, and how.
Oh, can I talk about something real fast? This is funny.
Please.
This just cracks me up. Okay, and you guys know who Richard Marx is, right?
Is he that Carl's brother?
The singer?
The singer Richard Marx.
Yeah, yeah.
I was way off.
The
So
horrible
he
singer.
came. He came to. Did you know that he's married to Daisy Fuentes?
You shitting me.
Really?
I did not know that.
The
Did not know that.
Daisy
so they
Fuentes?
came.
Lucky
Apparently, they
bastard.
came to San Antonio a couple weeks ago. Went to the Riverwalk, which that's the wrong place to go. But they went to the Riverwalk and then started tweeting, talking shit about San Antonio because we don't have any vegan restaurants, I guess, on the Riverwalk. Which I was like, well, duh. This is San Antonio. It's all Mexican food. There's no Mexican. We do have Mexican vegan restaurants, but they're not on the Riverwalk. Anyway, so that happened. Okay. So I guess one of the radio personalities here in town was saying some stuff about them, or maybe made a really rude, disrespectful comment about Daisy Fuentes. I don't know. But Richard Marx was cussing on Twitter at one of our radio guys. It was pretty funny.
What did he say?
Richard Marx, he called him a shitbag and an asshole.
Oh, well.
It got real.
Was he like, I don't know where you are, but I'm on the Riverwalk.
I'm gonna be right
I'll
here,
be right here
waiting
waiting for you. Right here waiting for you.
Right here.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
I'll be right
Yeah,
here.
but the biggest piece of news from that was that he was married to Daisy Fuentes, because I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that either. How's she doing?
I guess fine. She's still alive.
She is still alive. What did she do? She did, was it MTV Sports or
Yeah,
whatever?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to.
I had a big thing for her.
Who didn't?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, she ended up with Richard Marx, so you probably had a chance.
Well, we can't all write gems like this.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to that.
Just take a moment.
Oh, wow.
Day after day.
Yeah, we don't want to get kicked off YouTube, so I'm going to dip it down a little bit. I'll wait till the chorus comes back around. YouTube's kind of funny like that.
Yeah, he just speaks to us.
Yeah. I'm going to put this in heavy rotation. I've been listening to a lot of Tom Petty lately.
Have you?
Yes. He's got such good music.
lot.
It's like one of those things where it's like you realize you like his music. I don't know, Kenny probably doesn't. Kenny only likes like obscure punk rock, right?
Not true.
Do you like Tom Petty?
I do.
Okay, good. I figured you
What's
did,
your favorite Tom Petty song?
I don't know, maybe pick a favorite. I started listening. Okay, we watched the documentary, right?
Yeah.
And it's one that Southern accents. That song, have you heard the Southern accents?
Yeah.
It's about him being from Gainesville and talking different. Like he talked about it in his documentary. That's a really pretty song. But I'll have to admit, I don't know that I'd ever heard it before the documentary. But
It's not a popular song.
it's not a popular song, but it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Southern accents. You ever heard that, Catherine?
No.
It's great. It's great.
Missed that one.
Breakdown.
Breakdown's great.
That's my favorite. Love that song.
American Girl.
Yeah.
That was a great one too.
Oh, there's another one I really
Classic.
like.
Yeah.
The song about free balling.
I think it's free balling. I don't.
What? Hold on.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how you shouldn't make a song your life motto, because maybe you misheard it. You didn't hear
Oh
it
my
properly.
god! You know how many years of my life I've just wasted?
Yeah.
'Cause I thought
You're
that
like,
song
I'm,
was something
I'm
else.
have you been telling people like I'm Tom Pettying it?
Yes.
And they're all like, "What does that mean?"
I'm all Tom Petty from the waist down.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
Yeah.
had your last dance
I
with
thought
Mary
that was
Jane? or-
cool because
Yeah.
you know Tom Petty did it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I hear you.
Oh man.
Well,
I'm,
now you know.
I'm so upset right now.
Well,
What's the one he did with Johnny Cash? Won't Back Down.
Yeah.
He did
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That was really good. That's a great song. Did you see the video footage of the whole at the Swamp in Gainesville, the Florida at the University of Florida game? The whole stadium, like 80,000, 85,000 people, all singing that song.
No.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah. Well, it's all over the internet. Where have you been?
I don't think it happened, Josh.
It
Kennedy
happened.
didn't see it.
Pull it up. Somebody pull it up. Don't pull it up. Just go look it up. But anyway, it's kind of a
Yeah,
cool.
okay.
They were, you know how they play music before the football game, and he's from Gainesville, and so everybody sang. It was everybody
I
singing.
didn't even know he was from Gainesville.
Yeah.
So you just said this.
Yeah, Gainesville, Florida.
He looks it.
Yeah.
You know what he
He
did?
looked like a guy that shouldn't have been the guy that he was.
Yeah, and talk about improved with a beard. Like completely changes the way. Like,
Yeah. Kinda like
early
you.
on, fine, skinny, wafy rocker guy, right?
Right.
As he got older, what's going on with Tom Petty? Is he okay? And then the beard's like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
You would
he's
never.
good.
Have,
He's fine.
Sans beard, you're like, oh, he's not looking.
Yeah.
But then the beard, oh,
Yeah.
he's fine. He's fine. He's doing fine.
Aging great.
Yeah.
What a handsome man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the beard did him well
Makes
later.
a difference. Makes a difference for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know about I feel like it's fine actually. Actually, you know what? I looked at some old pictures. I went back through Twitter. I was like, whoa, I'm glad I grew this beard.
I love how you cataloged your pictures on Twitter.
You can just
That's
go back and
your-
look.
Okay.
All your media, it's there.
Yeah, I don't think I post that many pictures on Twitter.
March of 2012 was the first Interbrews post.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Look at that.
little piece of history.
Ages and ages ago.
Almost 6 years.
Considering that, like, podcasts, probably the last 3 or 4 years have really blown up.
Last week, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You were ahead of it.
I think-
When you started, how many beer podcasts were there? Like one?
Ooh, yeah. Before Interbrews, there was one in the Dallas area that I think they had already quit
Okay.
by that time.
Okay.
And then the Beerists started around the same time.
Okay.
But
and now there are like so many.
Yeah, but I got it. I got in under the before any of the radio shows here in town, before What's on
Yeah.
Tap or Drink of Ages. Actually, I beat them out. Even though they're more consistent than
Right.
because I do it on my own. Totally rebel.
Right.
Rebel
It's
radio.
totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it when the art, hits me.
Yeah, you do it when the feeling comes to you.
Well, yeah, or the girls are not out of school because who knew Columbus Day was a thing?
Right.
So,
My kids they didn't celebrate Columbus Day at their school, which is weird.
well, I don't know that
Didn't get it.
they celebrated it as much as they just did a teacher
Took the
work
day.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the same day, and we'll call it Columbus
Yeah.
Day. But yeah.
Do you want to talk about the controversy surrounding Columbus Day? That was I didn't even realize. I guess I didn't think about it until I saw like all the Facebook posts.
Sure, I guess.
about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but-
I'm a little befuddled why he gets a whole day. I think he just.
Right.
I think he has effective marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No, yes, for sure.
Hey, I got 3 ships, and and I'm
It's kind of like Santa.
a little bit. Well, at least Santa
Right?
brings you something. You're glad to see Santa.
No, but I mean like the marketing around him, that cartoony kind of like thing. It's like Santa in a way.
I guess. I never thought he was a much bigger deal than like Johnny Appleseed. But
Mhm.
I will say this: more I learn about Johnny Appleseed, more I am impressed with one Johnny
Really?
Appleseed.
Really?
Did you-
I got to tell you that I don't think I've done a lot of real deep investigation into or research into Johnny Appleseed.
Well, you should, because the apples and the trees, the saplings that he planted were for cider.
Okay.
They
Really?
were- yeah.
Oh, I see. That's what you're into.
Yeah, I just got a new cider book, Tasting Cider.
Okay.
And great. I didn't even know that Draft Cider had a magazine, but apparently they do. And
What?
they put out a book, and
There's a magazine for everything.
apparently, but great book, great visuals, great. It's modeled after the Tasting Beer, the Rainey Mosher book, and
Yeah.
it's a good visual, good history, good all that stuff. So, anyway, Johnny Appleseed. What was his real name? What was his last name? John.
I thought it was Appleseed.
No, his last name was John, not Wakefield. John something.
Smith.
No, it's a H. Starts with an H.
Hanson.
No, Mbop. No.
No.
No, I don't remember. I'll have to look it up.
John Hogan.
Not Hogan.
Hogarth.
Nope. John. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Vamp for a second while I Google this. Why GTS?
Okay.
All right.
What y'all got?
What does GTS stand for?
Google
Google
that
this
shit.
shit.
Google that
Okay,
shit.
I got
that
it.
stuff.
I got it. I got it. Are we cussing on the show? Because I've done it, I think, 4 times today.
Yeah, dude. We're yeah, bro.
You're fine with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Hell
you
yeah.
got it?
Hell
We
yeah.
should start a cuss counter.
Can I just say,
We do a cuss counter?
Johnny Appleseed should be the first John that, or at least top. You know what the first John is that comes up?
Let's go.
Smith.
Nope. Nope.
Ramon.
Nope.
John Denver.
Nope.
John
Lennon.
Belushi.
I'm just going to say neither one of you will get this reference, but the more you think about it,
John Adams.
it'll never come to your mind's eye.
Johnny Cash.
You
John.
won't be able to see it.
John Quincy Adams.
No.
You won't be able to see it.
John Cena.
Where's the blood?
WWE champion John Cena.
Oh, that was a real disappointment.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
John
only on
Chapman.
accident.
There's no A. It's this Chapman. John
H.
Chapman.
Well, C-H.
Yeah,
Just forgot
I knew
the
there was an
C.
H in there. That's what stuck in there. But anyway, most of the orchards that he planted were taken down like in the 20s and 30s because of stupid prohibition and all the stupid people that did prohibition. Big dumb
they
stupid.
could have still eaten the apples. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they're not. That's the thing. Is cider apples are actually they taste like shit. They're like real dry and
really? I
tannic
didn't know that.
and yeah tart but they make
So
great.
can you make cider out of like Granny Smith's?
Yes, yeah, but you have to blend. You have to blend and maybe add. That's why most of the ciders in this country are made from eating apples. But they have to blend because they're mostly water and sugar, and so they don't have a lot of complex flavors.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Just popped into my head real fast.
Go.
How come we kind of clump cider and mead in with craft beer and not in with wine?
Have you been around wine people?
No, I don't. No, actually, okay, that makes sense.
If you're around wine people, you're like, I wouldn't want to hang out with them either. But
No, yeah.
cider, similar ABV.
Okay.
I guess it's if you can use ale yeast, mead. It lends itself to more experimentation, and there's a lot of honey beers and stuff like that. And then the wine side of it, even though you use wine yeast, and it's technically a wine because of the form of fermentation. I'd say mead's more towards the wine side, but still has the soul of craft beer. So they're likable people.
Well,
All right.
people can mead and they can cider.
They can wine now too.
They do?
Yeah.
Can wine? I know they box wine.
No, there's
My
some
mom used to drink it out of, my mom was a big box wine lady back in the day. Gal, if you will.
What year is
Drinking
this?
that box wine in Katy, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Was she?
Yeah.
shaking
She
that
was
box.
sniffing it, swirling it in her little Dixie cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a box of wine in our refrigerator when I had roommates back in the day, and it stayed there for a long time. But if we ran out of beer or whatever, you had to go hit the box.
There you go. Next.
Go hit the box if that's your last resort.
Yeah.
That whatever the white.
This is like it's like a big juice box. You just put a straw in that bad boy.
This one was
Right?
a big one. Yeah, it was big.
One of those big silly straws.
That'd be fun. Maybe we would have
Yeah.
knocked that thing out earlier. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I think the cider is because of ABV and yeah, it's just the personalities.
All right. I was just curious. Just wondering.
Yeah. So there you go.
So, at the beginning of the show,
Mhm.
I'm just getting to this now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. So Jeffrey brought something up that I want to talk
Okay.
about.
Oh, please.
It has to do with you, Josh.
Oh, well.
Apparently, there's just...
I'm an open book.
Yeah. Apparently, there's this whale joke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Can you tell this whale joke?
Nope.
You're not going to tell this whale joke.
There's an inside whale joke that I don't know about.
There's a whale joke.
No, but if you go to my latest episode of Interbrews at Bellison Brewing,
Oh.
you can hear it. I told it on that show. I don't know at what minute mark. It's probably 2/3 in.
Okay. Nice.
But you won't tell us the whale joke.
I told it already. I can't.
He told it on the go listen to Interbrews if
Episode
you want
142, I believe. Yeah. If I can't rehash old material. I'm constantly coming up with new material, Kennedy.
Of course.
What kind of comedian would I be?
And if you put it out too much, then somebody will steal it and use it.
Yeah, I don't want to rest on the stuff that's been done. I'm constantly.
He's a whale of a comedian.
Yeah, I'm
That's why.
constantly working new material up.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, speaking of some of my new material I'm working on. Yesterday when I was eating my dinner, I heard the single worst conversation ever. And it wasn't because it was
at your own dinner table, or
no. Well, it was the table next to me, so I was eating by myself.
Okay.
And it was the worst conversation I've ever heard. And I don't mean like inappropriate. I mean like these two people It was the worst conversation I ever heard. It's like
Like it was boring.
like it was the two most like uninteresting people I've ever heard in my life, and they were just kind of bouncing uninteresting things off of each other. And it went from like weather to like which route you should take from here to there. And one of them was wearing one of those goofy hats and like one of those like old man hat. What are those hats called?
Yeah, yeah.
Fedoras?
Like
Not a fedora, but
no, or the driving hat.
yeah, like the driving hat. And like zero, like the personalities were just, there was no personality in either guy. And just like, it was just the single worst conversation I'd ever heard in my life.
Was one of these people me?
No. I mean, with you, I mean,
Kennedy had that conversation yesterday. That's why
you stammer over some of your stuff, but at least what you're saying is halfway interested once you get it out. This was like, they were almost like negative comments that they sucked meaning out of the world. Like every time they talked, it's like you just said like a negative nothing, and it just like pulled it out of like, yeah, it was like I was
they sound delightful.
I was fascinated, like, is this really happening? Like these two people are having like a negative, like the least conversation of like
the opposite of a conversation.
It's like a black hole of conversation that just kind of sucked up like thought and meaning and like I'm like, that's time they can never get back, and they both endured that and then turned around and walked away. It was weird. It was like the worst. But like if you were to like Olympic level like point that, it would have been like a 0.004, like the worst possible score.
My goodness.
With actually trying to attempt. Like you could get a 0 if you just touch the bar and stand away. They actually attempted a routine. Sorry, a lot of gymnastics lately. They attempted a routine.
Yeah.
And got the worst score you can possibly get with actually. It was amazing.
It's like they still got scored, but they didn't even go.
But that was the thing. They did go, but it's like everything they did was so bad and wrong. It was just like it took like negative point. It was.
Well, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, worst conversation I've ever heard.
Was one of their initials DH?
I don't know who they were. I'll be honest with you. I don't know who they were. The thing is, it's one of those things, like you see somebody like who kind of like has that conversation it's like two people having a conversation at each other. Like somebody will come up and start talking to somebody and they're talking at them, and the other person's just kind of like nodding, like, oh my, like eye rolls a little bit and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. This rarely happens in nature where they come together. It's like a Tygon or a liger. Like it doesn't happen in nature very rarely. Or a polar grizzly. Very rare. Yeah. Very rare. But they were at each other, like having that conversation at each other, like point for point. It was fascinating and horrible.
Sounds like it.
Have you ever been to an old folks home?
Yeah.
That's all their conversations are.
I don't know. My grandparents, they say a lot of interesting stuff. It's just that they say it over and over and over again.
That's the No. This was almost like where their soul had been, like it was just kind of removed.
I see.
And they
just
did
a couple soulless guys having a conversation.
Yeah, I mean they're probably not bad people, but they just soul.
No, they're serial killers. Like each one of them at some point in their life has done something.
Yeah.
That is questionable.
Probably.
Yeah,
they lost their soul.
Or if they ever had, maybe they just didn't get one. I don't know. It was the worst conversation I'd ever heard. It was it was amazing. It's just
the fact that you're still talking about it must have been pretty amazing.
I just remember. I was
it stuck with you.
It did. I just couldn't believe that bad of a conversation could be had. I can't even like recall exact. Like there was talks about like which highway to take from one point to the other and like a certain curve.
Like anyone who's too concerned about routes at times.
Mm-hmm.
That's a certain kind of person.
Yeah.
Did they talk about where to get the best gas prices?
They didn't get into that because that's the thing is it didn't go deep anywhere. It was like super surface level. So it was like that's why it was so bad because it was
maybe it's like, and you don't even because you don't know these people. Maybe they're actually like enemies, right? And they just happened to have the same break.
Maybe, yeah.
And they were like, I don't want to sit with Josh, so I'm going to sit at this table. But this guy,
That was part of.
forced a conversation.
They were sitting at the table I normally sit at, so that might have been part of it. Like I think that's the reason I noticed them at first. It's like
Yeah, because that's your table.
it's the one I normally. It's like they were messing up my chi or my feng shui or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Lunch shui. My lunch shui.
When do you take your lunch to work or you buy there?
I do, and here's what typically happens. I go downstairs. I have my stuff. I put it in the microwave. I get it ready to go. And as I'm sitting there, either Kennedy or Schomburg and Mike come up and, hey, buddy. And then Schomburg, he goes into what are you eating and like examines everything I'm eating and tells me and makes fun of it. And then, and then Kennedy just starts eating. And I'm like, do we talk or do we just eat? And like, it's not a lot of times I got earbuds in. So it's like, do I look at him or do I just take my earbuds out?
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a dance.
Happy with me that often.
It does once a week, once or twice a week.
No more than once a week. No more.
It's not bad. It's just what do we do here?
See,
are we conversating? And then you just get up and mysteriously leave. I don't know where you go. Midway through, I don't know what you do in the second half of your lunch break. You just like I don't know if you're fighting crime, like your alter ego, if you're stalking.
I'm breaking windows.
Breaking windows. My window got broken the other day at work.
What?
Yeah, on Monday.
Surprised that it hasn't come up until now.
Like your office window?
No, my car window, my driver's side window. It's shattered.
Car window.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I just think it was a flaw, structural flaw.
There was an actual hole in this window.
The whole window fell out, though. I just think that I found it once that fell out.
Was anything missing?
No, my car is a turd.
He wouldn't know if something was missing.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not messy. It's just, the only thing they could take would be like a charge cable or booster seats.
Okay.
That's it.
Booster seats, I mean, those are expensive. So
Nobody wants
I'd be
these.
upset.
These are like 8 years in minimum, 8 or 10, depending on which one it is.
Yeah.
They're covered in everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like there are, so they're fine, but I don't think anybody else wants these.
Yeah. That somebody, I guess, tried to use my credit card number a few weeks ago.
Fun.
And the bank called me just to let me know that, like, hey, somebody tried to spend $2,000 at Toys R Us with your debit card. And I was like, well, joke's on them. They stole from the wrong girl because they're not going to get anything. Yeah.
What did they try to get? Anything good?
They didn't tell it. I don't know.
I think
I don't know, but it's so frustrating because then they have to, like, cancel my card. And then I have to wait for a new card. Like, that's so frustrating.
Yeah. Do you have identity theft insurance?
I'd probably not, no. Anything that would be a responsible adult thing to do, I don't have.
Okay.
So what is this mysterious number they used? Hold on, let me find a pen. Nothing?
Anyway, Toys R Us going out of business. Pretty much.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, I think that they're gonna focus on the Babies R Us, right? Is what I read.
Makes sense.
Because
There's a lot of them. And where else do you go for all that stuff? I mean, Target.
Amazon.
Yeah, seriously.
Amazon's putting everyone out of business.
Yeah. Has this been enough for Hazel? Hazel's had enough. She's like, y'all are going on 2 hours. It's been enough. Enough. Looks like nap time.
Done.
Anyway, no, I don't think it was anything nefarious, Kennedy. I just think it happened.
I thought you were blaming me for it.
No, I don't think you. I mean, if you did, well, how'd you do it? Did you go like Karate Kid Part 2 on it? Like punch it out? Oh, that was weird. It was like a sniff burp.
I mean, somebody could have
I think I would have found a rock inside though.
Nah,
Or there would have been a rock by it.
Yeah.
Because I was out there, I swept the whole thing up. Oh. And there was nothing around. There's no dead bird. I mean, if it was somebody who was going to shatter it, even like when you use one of those metal puncher things, the whole thing comes out for the most part.
Right.
So, I don't know.
But you did say it made like a weird noise.
It did when I was walking in, but I don't know if that was that. I have no proof. So anyway, but I got it fixed. Safe Flight came out to the house, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How was that drive home, by the way?
it was fine.
Did you have to slow it down?
Nope. I turned on some Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream.
Yeah.
And that was my go home music. And then Freebird came on the same Pandora station. That works when you're driving 75 with the window down or gone. That was good. That's good driving music. Okay. Anything else? I feel like Hazel.
No, if you want to tell us the whale joke, I think.
It's not. Listen, episode 142 of Interbrews, interbrews.com.
142.
Yeah.
Good God.
What's it? I know I'm
That's
behind.
a lot of episodes.
I'm behind, though. That's the thing. I took the whole summer off. And
How many Liquid Lunch episodes do you think there are?
this is 62.
Damn it.
You asked.
I wasn't asking you.
Oh. Okay. 62, Catherine. 62. So, anyway. But yeah, upcoming episodes of Interbrews. We got Texas Leaguer rescheduled from this past Monday to this coming Monday because of Columbus. Thank you, Christopher Columbus. And then also we got one coming up at. Are we gonna? I guess we can go ahead and say it. Scheduled for the 30th, Catherine. A very awesome Halloween episode at Brash. So that's gonna be.
That's exciting.
That's gonna be scary.
Are we dressing up for that? Costumes?
I think they'd kick your ass for doing something like that. If I just based on what I know of Brash.
No, I think they'd kick our ass if we don't.
Oh, we'll have to find out.
Like
If they
don't wear like a demon or.
Yeah, it'd have to be something very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, something dark.
Serial killer.
Something dark or dark metal. I don't know, but yeah. And then talk to Holler. We'll be back at Holler in November, and some other episodes. Hopefully, I gotta schedule some other ones. So, you know,
Very nice.
How far out do you schedule She's Crafty?
What day?
A day?
Yeah, I'm so far behind right now. I don't even know what's happening. I keep telling myself I'm going to schedule some stuff, and then it doesn't happen. Yeah. But I'm going to. I'm going to get serious. Every day I tell myself I'm getting serious about this tomorrow. I'm buckling down tomorrow.
There you go. That's the best approach. That's the best approach.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should probably wrap here because, we've covered everything. Menopause, balls, Weinstein, GABF.
It's been a good show. It's really universal for a little bit of everything for everyone.
Much like Kennedy's balls used to be.
Oh,
yeah.
Well-rounded.
For everyone.
Well-rounded.
Oh, well-rounded.
Here we go again.
Now they're a little teardrop-ish, but used to be.
Prison balls.
Used to be well-rounded.
Just wait for another 10 years, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
See how your balls like it.
So that sounds like a threat.
Yeah, right. My balls are fine. Anyway, let me hit some music here. It's been a fun show today.
Yeah.
Can you believe we're almost halfway through October?
No, it just happened so quickly.
Speaking of things you talk about when you don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like we're still in August, but.
Well, it's cooled down a little bit, so that's nice.
One day. I had one day of cool weather, and now it's already creeping back up.
Yeah.
How were you driving to work today, Josh? What route are you going to take?
I was planning on going over there on the old Hickory Highway. But you got to watch that Goobertown Junction over there. We actually have a Goobertown in Arkansas. Still a place on the road when you're heading to Paragould. Right past Possum Grape.
I would like to say thanks to the almost 600 people who watched us today.
Oh, thanks. You know what we didn't even mention? The Grain Cellar.
Oh, shit.
Help bring in today's show, the Grain Cellar.
Hold on.
They had their 1-year anniversary, Catherine. They had cake and hugs.
Did you eat it? Did you eat the cake?
No, it's at gymnastics because that's where I'm all the time when I'm not in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm watching gymnastics. But they had their 1-year anniversary, and it's amazing. So you should head out to Humble. Yes, and get all your homebrewing, winemaking, distilling, fermenting supplies. Oh my goodness, they have so much good stuff out there. And Preston is a world of knowledge. He'll give you all the info you need. He could have told you that John Chapman was Johnny Appleseed and how to make some delicious cider because he's got some on tap out there, at least last time we were there. He'll show you how to make it. So check out the Grain Cellar, Humble, Texas, and free hugs when you say, I love Liquid Lunch. He's the best hugger.
Yeah.
He's a craft hugger.
Yeah.
But also Barbacoa Apparel bringing us today's show.
Shout out.
Love them Barbacoa. I almost wore my Barbacoa Apparel shirt today.
Me too. Hey, if you were listening to TPR today, we got a nice little plug from the Tacos of Texas office.
Nice.
That was exciting.
Very nice. All right. And then all kinds of fun stuff happening all over the state. Check out all of Kennedy's his wizardry with the hoppy happenings. All that. Check all that out. Linda, thanks for listening. Jeff, Chad, soccer fans. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Catherine, keep San Antonio good. Hazel, have a good nap there.
Yeah.
Hi. All right, we'll see y'all next week. And
Bye, guys.
Kennedy, congratulations on Producer of the Year. Congratulations to Catherine and myself for the
Yeah.
co-post
Of the year.
What an honor.
of the year.
Best
And
co-host.
best theme song goes to Bowling for Soup. Sorry. Hooray for beer.
You can't bowl with soup.
You can bowl for soup. Go download this song, everybody. Show them some love because
Yeah.
we've just been using it. So I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't.
Sure, it's fine. They're cool. That's right here. Anyway. All right, well, thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Post what you drinking on social and stuff. Let us know. Join us back here next week, and we'll talk more about beer, Texas, awesomeness. Maybe have a guest or two, all that stuff. And I think I vamped. Does I need to vamp anymore? No, 15 seconds. Bye, Catherine.
Bye, Catherine.
All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. For Catherine, for Kennedy, I'm Josh. Thanks for listening to Liquid Lunch.